The following lesson introduces the other two popular graphs and charts in Excel, namely the column charts and the pie charts. We'll now introduce the other two popular charts, the column charts and the pie charts. We'll illustrate them using the same data that we use to illustrate the line charts, that is the data on store sales from a store in Canada selling office products online. So let us go to the Excel file. So we are interested in plotting the monthly sales for the year 2010 for three provinces: Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario. So in an earlier lesson, we had plotted them using a line graph. We'll now plot them using a column graph. So the process we follow is, again, put your cursor somewhere in an empty cell in your spreadsheet. Go to Insert, and now insert a column chart. Let's select the most commonly used, the very first option. So once again, a blank slate is produced. We'll be putting a column chart in this blank slate. We do a right click, select data, add series name. The first province we wish to plot is Alberta. Call it Alberta. Where is my data for Alberta that I wish to plot? So I wish to plot the monthly sales in year 2010. So I select the monthly sales January to December, year 2010. Do an OK. I wish to add two more provinces. So I click on Add. Call it British Columbia. Select the sales data for British Columbia, the monthly sales data in year 2010. And similarly, do it for Ontario. Add. Ontario, and select the monthly sales for Ontario, January through December, and do an OK. I'll change my horizontal axis. Rather than having a numbered horizontal axis 1 through 12, I'll give it the names January to December. So I click on Edit, the horizontal category, Axis Labels, Edit. I'll select my axis label range, January through December, do an OK, and do another OK. I could spread out the graph. So this is my column graph produced, which shows the same information that was shown using the line chart, namely the monthly sales in year 2010 across three provinces: Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario. I could also add a chart title, label my horizontal axis, put a label to my vertical axis, just as I did in a line graph. Another interesting thing, I could also change the orientation of this column graph. So if I go to this column chart, anywhere in the column chart, click on it, do a right click, change chart type. So if I want a horizontal chart rather than a vertical column, I go down, select this horizontal bar, and do an OK. So now the orientation has changed, and on my vertical axis I have the months, and the horizontal axis I have the dollar amounts. I could also change it to a line graph if I want. Again, I go anywhere in the chart area, do a right click, change chart type, select line, do an OK. So now I have gotten my line graph. I've changed the information to a line graph, the same line graph that we had plotted earlier. We'll now plot a pie chart using this data. To begin, let us delete this existing line chart. A pie chart is a circle divided into sections or pie slices representing a proportion of the whole pie. To plot a pie chart, we go to Insert, Pie, select the pie option. Let's go by the very first option, which is the most popular. Again, a blank slate is produced. I'll put my pie chart in this blank slate. I do a right click, select data, add. Now remember, a pie chart is data represented in a pie format. I select the series values. I'll plot a pie chart for Alberta first. So monthly sales January through December in the year 2010 for the province of Alberta. I select my series values, give series a name, Alberta. Do an OK. And I would like to name my months rather than naming them 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to give them names January, February, and so on. So the horizontal category axis labels, I do an edit and select the name of months January through December. Do an OK. Do another OK. All the months do not show here. That simply means I need to select the legend and stretch it a little bit. Now all months show up January through December. So notice in this pie chart, these individual pie slices represent the proportion of sales in that particular month to the overall sales in 2010 for the province of Alberta. For example, in Alberta, maximum sales occurred in the month of April and the minimum sales occurred in the month of August. Maximum sales were $91,495 and about 17 cents, and the minimum sales in August were $7,805.22. Now, if we wish to plot similar pie charts for the other two provinces, British Columbia and Ontario, what we would need to do is plot separate pie charts for those two provinces. To create space, I'll compress the pie chart a little bit. Move it to the side. And since I would prefer to have similar size pie charts for the other two provinces, what I'll do is I'll copy this pie chart, paste it 2 times. So I have these 3 pie charts. Now what I'll do is I'll take the second pie chart and replace the Alberta data with British Columbia. So I click anywhere on the pie chart, do a right click, select data, go to the series titled Alberta 2010, do an edit, change the name of the series from Alberta to British Columbia, change the values for the pie chart by selecting the sales for British Columbia January through December. Do an OK and another OK. So a pie chart for British Columbia sales in 2010 is produced, and notice the maximum sales for British Columbia in that year occurred in the month of June and the minimum sales occurred in the month of March. So June and March. Let us do the same for Ontario. So I do a right click on this third pie chart, select data, edit, change Alberta to Ontario, change the data and select the sales for Ontario January through December, do an OK, another OK. And now this is the pie chart for Ontario, the sales from January through December in the year 2010. The maximum sales, you would notice, occur in the month of September and minimum in May.